I always say this, that Africa is the place that talent goes to die. I'm not saying that we don't have talented people that are doing well, but the amount of suppression we have, it's ridiculous. Like for you to do well, you're literally a diamond. Let's get into it. Hello guys, welcome to Just Vibey Vibes. Let's talk and welcome to our Raised in Africa series. Today we're talking about suppression in Africa. The reason why I want to talk about this is that there are so many talents in Nigeria that people never even had the chance to even grow. Like the moment they start it is like they're destroyed from childhood, or they're destroyed as they're growing up, or they're destroyed because there's nothing in place for that kind of talent to be, cultivated, and for that talent to grow and to even mature and become something in future. Okay, let's talk about, for instance, like the footballers, right? You see that if you look at like the French team, they have like all black people or African people in the team. And I've heard stories, I'm not sure. So disclaimer, I'm not sure. I've not even read. I don't know how I even heard it, to be honest. But I've heard stories that they go and get these people from their country when they're younger, and then they give them French citizenship, and then they train them and all that. But I know that in UK here, right? For you to be a footballer, most of them they start from when they're little. They start playing for the little leagues, and then they get trainers. The parents pay for trainers and all that, to train their two legs so that they can play equally with both legs, or one of the legs always going to be the stronger one, so they can also the weaker one, they can train it enough for it to be almost similar or even the same with the stronger one. And then they go through a lot of processes, and then they start playing for football teams, little league in the football teams, and then they get signed as they get older, and then that's how it works. So somehow from when you're little, your talent is being cultivated. And then in America, mostly from schools, you play with schools, then they start scouting the good talents, and that's how people's talent don't get lost. And I know that when I was in secondary school, right, I went to Remy Girls in Port Harcourt, Ajib. Oh, my Remy Girls, where are you? Anyway, my sister, during my when I got into secondary school, they never did any inter-house sports, right? They stopped. I don't know what the reason was, but I knew that I used to go to watch when I was in primary school, when my sister, my auntie, when they are doing their inter-house, because they all went to the same school. But there's this girl my sister always talk about. She can run like the 1,500-meter race. She would be on her fourth round. The other people are still on like their fourth round, and other people are still in their second one. And that's how she was so good. I'll ask my sister her name. If she tells me, I'll put it up there. So anyway, she was so good. But I am sure now she's either married. Hopefully she's alive, because you know our country. Hopefully she's alive. Not only our country, people die, but I hope she's alive. I don't know why that went there. But she's either married, working, or just struggling to survive, and that talent is gone. But if it was in a country or a continent that knows how to appreciate talent, she would have been grown. She would have been in Olympics. She would have maybe won so many medals. Her life would have been different. So I said this, but these are spots that I can see. Like, okay, one of my videos I talked about this girl that was really good at playing football. I think it was my reflection. This I talk about the girl that was really good at playing football that I grew up with. But what I didn't say was that she was so good at table tennis. They call it ping pong, right? She was so good at table tennis that no boy could beat her. Like, she was the champion. So imagine, I didn't watch her play football, but I knew that she was traveling Abuja and different places to play. But imagine how good she was at table tennis. With that alone, she would have been competing in the world. Her life would have been different. But that talent just there, and then she tried to do the football because she's an athletic person. The one that at least there's something for it, but then she didn't go that far. And then now I know she's married and she has a baby. But at the end of the day, you see, so most talent, married and baby is a good thing, but she could have still pursued all that and still be able to have all the other things like the marriage and the baby. So at the end of the day, Nigeria and Africa as a whole is a very suppressive environment where talents are not allowed to grow. Like, you see our doctors, they're abroad, they are the best at this, they're the best at that. You see our students, they go abroad, they come a first class, they are the best student of the year, things like that. Why in Nigeria they would not have been able to because of bribery. They will have to, if it's a girl, she'll be forced to sleep with the lecturer, or she'll be failed, she will have to sort, you know what I mean? So all these things just killing the talent. People are not allowed to just be. So the reason why I was talking about suppression, I saw an IG post about what even happened? I forgot what the IG post, what the main reason for the post was, but someone commented, and the person said that he or her and their siblings were really, really good at creative. They were really, really good at drawing and all that, and their dad used to beat them until they had to stop it. So you see, that's someone's talent that the dad killed from beating them because they thought that that was not good enough. I'm saying this because that we can watch ourselves, because you see African parents, they want you to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, accountant. It's like there's these things that they've already carved out that if you're not, then you're not doing anything well. I know that before Abani Derego became Miss World, all the people that were going for the beauty pageant, they were seen as prostitutes. But the moment she became Miss World, beauty pageant was like a thing. And I'm sure that the pioneers for actors, actresses, and Nollywood and all that, they were called names. Maybe their parents might have even disowned some of them and things like that. But now that is doing where everybody wants to go into it. And same with music. One thing we have in, I'll say in Nigeria, because this one I don't know if it's same in Africa. Once one person has done something and is good, and that thing has brought them money, now everybody's parents is pushing them into it. But before then, if your child shows just natural talents, is like, what are you doing? Don't do that. You want to waste your life, you know? So all those kind of things. We're too money conscious too. That's the problem. So we're not like, okay, love what you're doing, you know, things like that conscious. No, we're just money, 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 money. And the child can even study to be an engineer and don't have any job. There's so many jobless engineers that are graduates there. So I do not understand why we are always like pushing our children to a particular thing, like killing their natural talents. So that's what I want to talk about. Please stop suppressing people's talent. Let people be. Let them be. Let children grow. Let whatever talent God has given to them, let it grow. I know there are some people that against all odds, their talent is showing. But think about it, in a place that's oppressive, is that they are lucky and they have parents that are not like the rest, or they had to fight so hard for them to stand. That means they have to have all the strength in the world for them to even show their talent. So I hope this teaches us because you know, I always say, you end up being your parents. So whatever way that they've trained you, you'll be surprised that those things are in you. So you look at yourself, and anything that you see that is negative, or the thing that your parents were doing that you do not like, don't do it to your children. So we have to start stopping all those things. So if your child wants to do something that you don't know about, that doesn't make sense to you, encourage them. You can tell them, okay, keep studying while you're doing that. Just like the way, what's her name, Chimamanda, she was talking the other day, I watched an interview, is it Black Box? Yeah, something like that interview, and she was talking about how her parents still told her, okay, do this on the side but focus on, you know, something like that. Even Files was talking about how that's like, okay, do this, but then, you know, still go to study, you know, still study, but then you can still do this, you know. So we need to learn how to, even if we're not sure of what our children want to do, yeah, we don't want them to have a bad life, but then we need to be like, okay, you can still do what you're doing, but then study so that you have a backup plan. Maybe we can do that, and so that way we don't end up being the reason why our children never go to their full potential. I hope this video got to you good, and I hope that you learn one or two things from it. I'll see you next week. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See ya. Bye bye.